Hi, it's James here from Chapman Machinery, and I'm going to give you a product walk around for our TGF350 trailed game feeder today. So the TGF350 is the trailed version of the game feeders we produce. It's approximately 350 litre capacity, designed for feeding a variety of game feeds such as kibbled maize or whatever grains you may be using for pheasants, for example, or deer or any other game animals. So we'll go through some of the features and benefits of this machine. As ever with our stuff, this all comes with a 2-year warranty, backup from your Chapman distributor, and product support through us directly. So first of all, fully galvanised chassis all the way around, fully hot dip galvanised steel. Got some heavy duty mudguards here on the side, handle plenty of abuse. Flotation tyres and PVC cover on top of the machine. You can also get optional extension sides and optional oversized tyres. So the extension size will take your capacity up to approximately 500 litres or about 500 kilos depending on what you're feeding. And the oversized tyres are a 25 by 13 by 9 tyre, so a really big flotation tyre. Great if you've got some really wet ground or really rough ground and you need a bit more, a bit of ground clearance and lower ground pressure. So if I take the cover off the machine here, we'll show you some of the real benefits of this design. So first of all, what we've done with this design, we've located the main motor right at the very top of the machine, so it's kept out of all the muck and mire that you get, especially when you're feeding through the winter. If I just lift the steel cover off quickly, you see it's a real heavy duty motor with a reduction box, so it runs at high speed but gives you an actual spinner speed of about 500 RPM, which is ideal to give you a decent spread on pretty much all materials. The spinner itself at the bottom of the machine is like this. You've got variable vanes on there, so they're a scallop vane to give you a better throw, and you can also adjust them forwards or back for a greater distance or for just a faster feed rate. Also easily replaceable if it did get damaged or you need to adjust it. There's only one bolt that holds it on and it's on a taper socket, so you can just knock it off, adjust it, pop it back on, really nice and easily. Drive for that is via the central shaft that runs down through the machine with a sealed bearing at the bottom of it, and you've also got a shutter mechanism there which shuts the feed off completely when you're not feeding. Ideal if you need to drive around on roads or between various different cover crops. You're not dribbling feed off along the way as you may do with some other machines. Each machine will be supplied with a control box such as this. You can also buy these separately as well if you need to add them or run them on a couple of machines. For the game market, we've kept it really, really simple. You've just got mechanical switches and relays on the machines. It's very, very simple. Very little to go wrong with these. You'll notice we've got 2 switches here. The first one does the shutter, which opens and closes to allow your feed through, and the second one is the main spinner itself. So you can always clear the spinner at the end of the field, so you're not left with grain sat there to go mouldy when you finish feeding. And likewise, when you start up, you can start them up independently. But like I say, operation just as simple as that. So I'll pop the cover back on. It's a nice, good quality waterproof cover as well. Keeps the moisture out if you do need to leave it outside. So if we have a look at the back of the machine, if you come in here a moment, you'll see the spinner itself here. This is protected both top and bottom by some nice heavy duty steel. This bottom plate is a profiled skid plate, so it's nicely profiled to help slide over if it does bottom out on any rough ruts or ground that you travel across without damaging the machine. You've also got these 2 deflector vanes either side, easily adjustable. You can just push them round by hand. If you want to bring your feed in so it's only feeding over a narrow area, or likewise you want to throw into one side or the other side if you're feeding into different cover crops and you want to throw it away from the track. Another point at the back here, we've got these axle blocks which lift the whole machine by about 70 mil. This gives you a ground clearance in the centre of the machine of approximately 350 millimetres, and also means that if you're using a UTV with a slightly higher hitch, the machine is kept level and you get a good spread pattern. So depending on what you're feeding, you can spread up to about 8 metres with this machine. So we'll go back round to the front, just a couple more points to show you. So at the side here, nice and easy adjustment. If you need to adjust your feed rate, so it's limiting how much you're putting out, a couple of hand wheels here, easily slide it forwards or back as required. This is the connector for your machine. Again, you can use this on multiple towing vehicles, and it's a solid connector where you won't really get any issues with dirt and muck in there. Also at the front, swivel drawbar to comply with health and safety regulations and to allow easy towing over rough ground. So hopefully this has taken you through some of the main features and benefits of our machine. For pricing or information, speak to your nearest distributor or get in touch with us directly by using the contact details at the end of this video.